This is question 2 on chemistry from section 2 of the 2019 BMAT. So we're told that some cleaning solution is used to remove solid calcium carbonate or limescale from various bathroom surfaces. And when the solution is sprayed on the limescale, the reacting mixture fizzes and this solid disappears. We're told that water alone doesn't work, and based on this information that we're given, which of these 4 statements are correct? So 1, the cleaning solution is acidic. 2, the fizzing is caused by hydrogen gas. 3, the pH of the reacting mixture decreases as the reaction proceeds. And finally, the salt that's produced is more soluble than calcium carbonate. So where should we start with this question? Well, usually when we have a wordy question based on some chemical, it's a good idea to transcribe this into a reaction equation. Then it might turn into something that we recognize. So we know that we're starting with calcium carbonate, and this is reacting with some unknown solution. Then it's going to form some calcium-containing product, as well as a gas, because it's fizzing. And we can safely assume that the calcium is not going to be part of the gas, because calcium-containing products are usually solids or solutions. And now, does this reaction structure look like anything that we recognize? Well, what are the usual reactions of carbonates that we know? So the classic one is carbonates react with acids. For example, let's use HCl to form the salt. In this case, that would be calcium chloride, as well as carbon dioxide and water. Now, does this equation make sense based on the observations that we're given? So we know the reaction mixture fizzes, and this must correspond to the production of carbon dioxide gas. And does it make sense that water alone doesn't work? Well, we know that calcium carbonate must be stable in water because we were initially told that it develops as a solid on bathroom surfaces, which are going to be wet. And so it makes sense that we need an acid, something more reactive than water, to break down this calcium carbonate. So we can be confident that this reaction is correct. So let's look at our statements and decide whether they're true or not. Firstly, is the cleaning solution acidic? So we've used HCl here, but this could be any acid. And so we know this is a general reaction of carbonates plus acids, and so the cleaning solution must be therefore acidic. Secondly, is the fizzing caused by hydrogen gas? Well, we've already identified that the gas produced is carbon dioxide. That's a standard product of carbonates in this reaction. And so we know this one is wrong. The production of hydrogen gas is usually the byproduct in, say, a metal plus acid reaction. Next, what happens to the pH of the reacting mixture as the reaction proceeds? Well, we know pH depends on the concentration of hydrogen ions in solution. And what's happening to that as this reaction is going on? Well, the hydrogen starts in the form of acid and finishes in the form of water. And so we know that the reactant mixture is going to become less acidic as the reaction goes on and the acid's used up. And this would correspond to, of course, an increase in pH rather than a decrease. So we know this is wrong. Then finally, is this salt that's produced more soluble than calcium carbonate? So our salt in this case is calcium chloride, but this could be anything depending on the acid that we start with. What's happening to this? Well, we're told that the solid disappears. And so we know that this isn't a solid in the mixture, and it's either a gas or a liquid. But we know that ionic compounds of this nature generally don't form gases, and so this must be in the dissolved phase. So the salt that's produced is dissolved in water, and therefore it must be more soluble than calcium carbonate, as the statement says. So we've identified that statements 1 and 4 are both correct and 2 and 3 are wrong, and this corresponds to an answer of C.